Warriors, welcome to today's video. Now, are you an anxiety sufferer that comes home at the end of the day and says, my goodness, I am exhausted and I didn't even work today? Like, why is it that anxiety sufferers feel so fatigued and emotionally and physically depleted, whether they're doing things physically or whether they're not? Today I'm going to answer this very important question of what uses up excessive energy? What uses up inner resources to an extreme level that causes a person to feel so tired and depleted? Because I've been there. I understand. Now, I'm going to get right into it. There are 8 different components that I believe are contributing to this fatigue related to what an anxiety sufferer is going through. Comment below if you can relate to one of these or all of them. Now, number 1 is when you're creating new pairings and new associations between things. Remember that the brain really pushes for efficiency. It doesn't want to relearn things. So let's say that you're with a life coach or a therapist, and they're giving you certain tools, skill sets, to counter one way of perceiving something with another way of perceiving something. Something used to be catastrophic, now it's safe. Something used to be bad, now it's good. The whole idea behind changing your perceptions and creating new meaning between things uses up brain juice. So if you are in, let's say, a method based around CBT, such as the End the Anxiety program, or otherwise, know that the change work that you're putting in mentally is also going to affect you physically, all right? Because again, it uses up brain juice. Second reason is stepping out of your comfort zone behaviorally, all right? Because here's the thing, avoiding something takes up no energy, all right? I mean, I avoid social get-togethers, let's say, I avoid the workday altogether. I avoid situations that may be too overwhelming for an anxiety sufferer, let's say. Avoiding takes up no energy because now you're back in your comfort zone, your room, your living room, on your front porch, places where you feel like you're not exhausting yourself. But when you step out of your comfort zone, remember CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, if you're in that, all right, and you're putting yourself out there into situations, or amongst people, whatever it may be, you are using up more energy, okay? Because again, the system wants to keep you within a comfort zone. It doesn't want you to take on what it believes is a saber-toothed tiger. And anything that is unfamiliar in your life can be paired up with potentially being a saber-toothed tiger. All right? So if you're placing yourself out there, new actions, new behaviors, new situations, know that this uses up a ton of inner brain juice, mental juice, emotional juice, physical juice. It will tire you out. Number 3 is thinking rather than reacting. Very similar to number 1. If you're going about your day and all of a sudden you're thinking about things, my God, my past doesn't have to be seen in this manner anymore. I've learned valuable lessons. Oh my goodness, the friend that just criticized me, I don't need to take that personal. They are doing me a favor by being real with me. Great, now you're thinking and not reacting, okay? And when you do this, you must understand that it is much more difficult to think than it is to unconsciously respond, right? And because this is the case with you, because you are creating this change work, because you deserve it and you're moving to better places, temporarily, you're going to find that thinking uses up energy, excessive, extra energy. And again, by the end of the day, if you feel exhausted, know that it's a good exhausted. Number 4 is reframing past traumas. You know, I've talked about this in my podcasts. I've talked about this in multiple videos where we get to the bottom, we get to the root causes of your anxiety. Understand that any regression to cause work uses up extra energy. Now, when we're talking about all these components, my friend, understand that many of these are vital to the creation of the new you. They are vital. You have to do these things. But here's my advice to you as we're going halfway through this list. My advice to you is to balance out the work that you're putting in with the mini vacations or timeouts throughout the day. If you feel like you're working yourself harder towards change work, good for you. I'm so proud of you. But also remember that you need to recharge your batteries to keep this flow and momentum going in the right direction. So, if you're putting in extra mental work, you're putting in extra emotional work, extra physical work, actions, behaviors, you're reframing, renegotiating past traumas, just like number 4, understand that with that has to come more time for you. Peace, inner peace, nature time, slow swimming in the pool, whatever. It doesn't matter to me how you recharge. Take a nap, right? Warm baths, but it has to happen, all right? Number 5 is the distrust in the flow of life. The distrust in the flow of life. Warrior, at the moment, you may feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You may feel like you have to go about your change work by yourself. But there's another invisible, creative intelligence out there that is waiting for you to welcome it in. We can call that anything from source energy to God to nature. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but understand that it will deplete you further if you feel like you have to do this journey on your own. I suggest finding out that you are the co-creator in the manifestation of the new you. Let's call it God. Let's build our faith that we don't have to do this. We don't have to go about this change work, this journey on our own. Okay? I hope you know where I'm coming from here. Number 6 is overanalyzing past situations, all right? You just had a conversation with someone and you're done the conversation and you're walking away and you're going, oh, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Are they gonna like me? Is my friendship over? Oh my God, I'm such a fool for saying that. Why did I act that way? Why am I using hand gestures when I usually don't? You're just picking apart every little detail that you believe you did wrongly. And warrior, this uses up excessive energy. All right, this will deplete you. Rather than saying, I did my best. I did my best. I put myself out there. I conversed as best as I could in that situation. Whether the person I was conversing with or whether the environment I was in approved of me or not, it doesn't matter one bit. Because the only thing that matters is that I put in the effort. And if I put in the effort, it doesn't matter what kind of response I'm getting. I put in the effort, I'm proud, I will leave it at that. All of a sudden, no excess energy used up, more willpower possibility for the next challenge that's going to arise. Number 7 would be spending too much time in stimulated and unnatural environments. I mean, guys, how bombarded are we today with pollution, visual pollution, auditory pollution, kinesthetic feeling pollution? You know, I need you to understand how important it is to take time away from these unnatural and unhumane environments. When you're constantly around other people's energies, you are absorbing their energies. You are becoming like them because you are feeling the way they are. And we must understand that if we are going to be more gentle on ourselves, if we are going to, in fact, move past this anxiety disorder, this journey, we have to place ourselves in environments where our system doesn't have to work so hard, right? I mean, I remember being on hiking trails, and on those hiking trails recently, all I could hear were natural sounds. I could hear the river. I could hear the birds. I wasn't hearing some dude chirping in my ear about some conversation, some topic that I really didn't care about. Pollution, right? So what's important is to not only place yourself in these situations, but recognize if there's construction around you, if there are noises that are man-made, or are these nature noises, are these natural noises, the visuals that you see. All of those things contribute to putting back the willpower points that you have lost from the day. Now, the last one that uses up energy is one that we really don't take into account. Prolonged eye contact with manipulators and energy vampires. When you stare into the eyes of a manipulative person or an energy vampire, know how hard your system is working to analyze all the things that could go wrong. You notice that when you're making eye contact with someone who is fun, someone who is pleasant, someone who is loving and accepting of you, how easy is it to flow within that conversation? It feels like there's no work being done on the inside to connect with that person. But understand that if you are making eye contact with narcissistic people, manipulators, energy vampires, know that your system is working overtime. That doesn't mean you're gonna go, Dennis told me not to look at you. No, all right? I mean, look at their forehead for God's sakes, right? Or simply just lessen the amount of time that you spend conversing with these types of people. I promise you, by the end of the day, you are gonna have a ton of energy reserves for things that are really meaningful. Warrior, I love you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for giving this video a like. Give it a comment below. I want to hear from you. And if you have any other questions on the End the Anxiety program or the Life Mastery program, head on over to this website right here. Remember, you are more than anxiety. I'll see you soon.